2018 GSL Season 1 Code S Daybreak. Live from 3 Cup Studio in Seoul, this is the GSL.
You got paid for this.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another day here in the GSL Code S. We've got 3 great Koreans and 1 fantastic non-Korean. Not his first time here in the GSL Code S. It's NoRegreT.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun, but he's been sick for like 4 days.
That's true.
We were talking to him a little bit. He was really doesn't look good.
He was not looking great when he came in today.
He's only played 3 games. He won them, but he's sick, guys. That's what it is. So we'll see if he can really perform tonight. Anyways, these are the players that have gotten through so far. Look at that, 2 of every race. Stop complaining about balance. It's perfect.
Yeah, thank you, David Kim.
Yeah.
Today's going to be a lot of fun. Also, congratulations again to Scarlett, now moving on to the round of 16. That is no small feat. Alive, still killing it. Leenox saying, I am still here, do not count me out.
Yeah, that's the big surprise, really, of this so far.
Innovation and SOS, well, they're always doing pretty damn well in any individual league.
Yeah.
And Deer staying, I would say, fairly consistent.
Yeah.
He's not normally a guy we'd ever see knocked out in the round of 32.
Indeed the case. Now, this group tonight is one of my favorite groups. Bunny is in really great shape at the moment. Obviously, NoRegreT is a dangerous foe. I think he'd have a very hard time against Bunny, but has some real chances against soO and Zest. Then, of course, you got soO. The legend speaks for itself. Runner-up at BlizzCon, runner-up at GSL, 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 runner-up at DreamHack. And then we have Zest. Champion Protoss who had a bad year last year. Okay, he kind of fell off the radar for a bit.
He was from a different era. Let's see how he does this time around.
GSL 그 2017년도 시즌 3가 끝난 지 얼마 안 된 것 같은데 금방 하는 것 같아서 되게 아무래도 첫 시즌이니까 많이 새로워요. 이노베이션이 되지는 못했지만 그래도 제 스타일을 찾고 좀 자신감이 많이 생긴 것 같아요.
진짜 2017년에 노력을 진짜 많이 했거든요. 이번에는 진짜 마지막 기회다. 우승할 수 있는 노력만으로도 안 되는 게 있더라고요. 진짜 열심히 했는데도 안 되더라고요. 그래서 좀 안타깝긴 한데 마지막에 큰 거 준우승해가지고 그나마 좀 위안이 된 해였죠.
매 해마다 1티어 대회 이상을 이렇게 우승을 꾸준히 했었는데 작년에는 이제 조지 명식 한번 참가를 못 해가지고 이대로는 안 되겠다 싶어가지고 올해는 진짜 2배 이상 열심히 하려고.
I feel pretty good about qualifying a second time. The first season of in 2018. Just feels good to be back for a second time in Code S.
동료 게이머들은 제가 좀 운이 안 좋다고 얘기를 했는데 저는 괜찮아요.
제 조를 딱 보는 순간 쉽지만은 않은 거예요. 그래가지고 다른 조도 한번 훑어봤거든요. 근데 쉬운 조가 하나도 없어가지고 뭐 다른 조에 비해서는 크게 나쁘진 않은 것 같아요.
I mean, Zest and soO are very, very good. soO is runner-up in BlizzCon, and Zest probably one of the strongest Protosses. So I'd have to say Bunny is probably the easiest, but still not an easy player. I think my group is actually very hard.
빡세다. 좀 힘들겠다. 이런 느낌? 나를 떨어뜨릴 생각이다, GSL에서. 이런 생각이 좀 들었어요. 굉장히 이제 상승 곡선에 있는 사람들이 저희 조에 있기 때문에.
우리 그릇은 아까 초상집처럼 입고 있어요.
그 사람은 막내예요.
제가 작년에 성적이 많이 안 좋았음에도 불구하고 팬분들께서 좀 끝까지 응원해 주신 팬분들 너무 감사드리고 진짜 대성으로 거듭나도록 열심히 하겠습니다.
Last Code S I didn't take a map, but to be fair, I played Dark and Hero. So I was hoping I would get at least one player that I can kind of match up against in this group, and obviously I got Zest and soO and Bunny. I don't know, but it's going to be hard. I'm going to practice hard for it.
오랜 기간 기다려주셨는데 2017년보다는 확실히 다른 모습으로 돌아왔으니까 한번 지켜봐 주세요.
가고요.
4번은 뭐 늘 듣던 거 있잖아.
진짜 이거 너무 많이 했거든요. 결승 예고만 다 보면 돼요. 7개 있거든요. 6개? 6개. 찾아보면 다 똑같은 말 한단 말이에요. 네, 여러분 2018년이 왔습니다. 저희가 우승하는 해가 왔습니다. 건강히 살아서 제 우승하는 거 꼭 봐주셨으면 좋겠습니다.
We're moments away from getting this match started.
Dude, watching that interview, those interviews rather, I love soO. There's just like, you cannot not love this man. Like, he has been through so much, getting so many second places, and he's still sitting there, he's like, guys, I'm going to win this year. I'm going to win a tournament. And it's like, it's so funny because he's actually much better than most of the players who have won tournaments.
Very true.
And so it's, I don't know, it's just, this story of soO every year gains more and more depth to the point where I'm like, I can't even believe this is still happening, but I'm like rooting for him, man.
Well, you know, I think there's two ways that you can take a situation like soO's. You can either let it eat you alive and be incredibly uncomfortable when this topic's brought up, or you can own it and laugh about it, as he did. He's just done, what, 6 or 7 interviews so far with this. Go watch those, but I'm telling you again, this time, this is going to be my tournament, and he's laughing about it.
Yeah.
I think it's always fair to expect soO to get to the finals of a tournament. There's no pun intended with that.
Yeah. No, he's always in good shape, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He should be moving on out of this group. I would say first or second. And as you can see at the bottom right side of our screen, a lot of second place medals. If you're new to StarCraft 2, and I know we do have some new viewers since the game did become free to play, nobody's gotten second place more than soO. Another way to put that is nobody's not gotten first place more than soO. We've all been waiting to see if he will ever become a champion.
Most people haven't been in CODES the amount of times he's gotten second place. So
yeah.
There you go. Anyways, he is, like, what a story. Like, I really want him to continue to get second places or maybe even win a tournament. It's such a pleasure. And I love his interviews, too. He's got, like, a lot of spunk to him. Now, this poor guy, he's sick. He looks like a ninja today.
That's
so
right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, NoRegreT has actually been sick for the last 4 days, has not been able to practice that much. Unfortunately, if you're a pro gamer and you're in CODES, this is not the day that you really just can't call in sick.
No, you can't.
He might be sick for another day or two after this and have to rest, but there are not many CODESes in a year, and this is an opportunity you just can't afford to try to give up on. Now, will NoRegreT try to do something to end the game quickly? Normally we'd say yes no matter what, but I'd say even more so if his condition is like it is now, where he's feeling under the weather.
Well, you know, the one thing I can say is sometimes people over-practice when they have a tournament coming up, and the fact that he has not really been able to play for 4 days has probably cleared his mind quite a bit. So I'm still holding out hope. I think NoRegreT definitely has a chance here tonight.
Okay, our game's up. Map number 1, Ascension to IR.
Season 1, CODES, Daybreak.
When the lights come on, when the crowd goes wild, let the roof
In the bottom right, in the blue.
soO.
In the upper left, in the red.
Nerd Street Gamers, NoRegreT.
I have a really random question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are there any colors that begin with the letter L?
I don't know. Are there? I
don't
can't
know.
think of any.
I'm asking you. I want you to tell me. Pace literally doesn't even know colors.
It depends. I mean, if we're going to use the different grades they use when you're trying to paint a house, where there's every color imaginable, I'm sure there's an L in there somewhere.
Well, I guess light is a modifier used with colors sometimes, but that's not. What I'm
that's
looking for,
cheating.
You know? I'm looking for an actual color that has L as part of its is the beginning of it.
Someone's already probably tweeted it at us, Artosis.
Possibly. Even Scarlet came down today. Puck as well. Look at that. Got them pro gamers in the house.
That's right. Well, they're all supporting each other. They're all staying together out here in Korea in their own pro house. And I think that's one of the reasons why we've seen a lot of success, I'd say, in maybe the last year and with 2 or 3 months. I'm trying to remember. When did we first have the non-Korean boom? That was right at the start of 2017.
Which one are we talking about?
Where we had multiple non-Koreans in a GSL.
Oh.
That was season 1 of 2017, correct? We had 2 or 3, and then we went up to...
that was Scarlet, only one that got in then, and then the next.
Oh, then it was season 2. Okay, that's right. Thanks for coming down, guys. But to what I was saying, that I think the fact that they're all training together and in Korea playing on the Korean time zone is one of the reasons why they've had the success that they have had. And I think we really got to keep an eye on all these non-Korean players who are out here supporting each other, because there's a lot of potential for this to only go up. Sure. We've already seen Scarlet now move on to the round of 16. I'd say NoRegreT in a different tier than Scarlet. Obviously, he's still Code S tier. He's already been in more than one GSL Code S, but I think it's going to be much tougher for him to move on. But let's see if he makes an impact here today. If he moves on, that's great. But even if he takes some games off some pros, especially considering he is sick, even better.
Well, he's already chosen a really great build order here. He's got his 3 hatches up. You know, soO going much later into that 3rd hatchery. So a little bit of an edge going to NoRegreT even to start this game.
I do feel that in between early game and mid game ZVZ, soO is probably the best in the world at that.
Okay.
When it comes to a lot of these fights and skirmishes, I'm saying that even in the presence of players like Rogue and Dark.
Okay.
He really is very tough to outmaneuver. Every situation, which is always different than a previous game, depending on where the lings are, where you are at economically, where you're being attacked. He really seems to know how to handle that. So I'm curious to see how this is going to be handled here by NoRegreT coming up. We do have soO, by the way, headed northbound here with these banelings going towards the 3rd. No drones there. But this will be tough for NoRegreT.
Oh! Bad start right there. That's very painful losing that many things. Oh my god, another good one as well.
Well, this may snowball here.
Yeah.
Having some bad connects like that, or I should say good connects if you're soO. Bad connects if you're NoRegreT. This is hard to hold. He's already lost a queen. We did see one baneling go off in a bit of an odd fashion there, but these banelings aren't able to finish in time, and we may have the shortest game in the GSL happening right now.
Yeah, that's pretty painful. A lot of damage already being dealt here to NoRegreT. He's down 9 drones.
Actually, it looks like soO's going to revert into making drones now. You could see he was itching to try to hit the Zerglings that were going to hatch out of that 2nd hatch.
Yeah.
Now NoRegreT was forced into making a lot of lings and is going to make banelings to combo with that. Let's see if he can seesaw this back over to soO's side of the map. Worker count right now is 20 to 37, so if soO holds this and doesn't suffer too many losses, NoRegreT is in a really bad spot.
soO actually morphed a few banelings up at that kind of pocket base, so now just going to walk them straight in. This could be very deadly against NoRegreT, but he's hitting his counterattack before these banelings are ready.
Looks like one queen's going to go down, and great defense there actually by NoRegreT. Those banelings don't connect. And NoRegreT's going to continue to try to lean in here. One queen very low on HP. It's important that NoRegreT manages to outmaneuver some of these banelings, and soO is able to outmaneuver some of those banelings. Not quite able to do that. Even with that baneling going off, remember, it's 2 baneling hits to kill a drone. So if one connects and nothing happens in the minute or 2 after that, the drones can regen pretty quickly, making it completely unimpactful that those banelings ever connected.
Well, NoRegreT is completely all in at this point. He lost too many drones that initial attack. He continues to make his lings, making some banelings here as well. Can he actually get that damage done? The Roach Warren's on the way, so that's kind of a clock on NoRegreT's aggression. Like, once it gets completely held and there's some roaches coming out, you're not really going to break through.
Unfortunately, it looks like NoRegreT may end up losing this hatchery. He's pulling some forces down here, but the majority of his Zerglings are headed over towards soO's side of the map, so soO winning on multiple fronts right now. Let's see if he's able to hold off this attack right here, right now. 2 banelings set up, and I feel like we really are seeing, I guess you could say, NoRegreT's illness showing itself in this game right now, as a lot of these banelings are connecting on way too many lings. And I just don't think he can actually recover. Oh, well, hold on.
He's got a lot of lings in here right now, I guess. But baneling coming in as well. Can he get a strong connection here?
We're still waiting
not
to
bad
see.
right there.
16 workers, though, to 40.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
It's a kind of an odd situation because soO can't really target that many workers because there's only 16 and they're all in the main for the time being. But that does make, in a kind of an odd way, the defense is a little bit easier here for NoRegreT.
Yeah.
The problem, though, is that when you have more than double workers than your opponent at this phase of the game, it makes the options for NoRegreT so limited.
Yeah.
He would almost have to come back with just finesse, with unit control, and I don't know if doing that against somebody like soO is a realistic possibility.
Yeah, even if he banged out an entire mineral line at this point, I think he still loses.
Yeah.
The roaches are out at this point. They're just going to be so good at tanking. They can target down banelings really well also. So.
At this point in time, soO seems to be able to attack and defend pretty much everything. Let's see, though, with these lings and banelings about to come up here, is he going to be able to do damage over here to the workers of soO? NoRegreT is about to be attacked as well.
Roaches popping out do make this a lot harder for him. Surrounding the roaches, but they take a while to die. It buys time here for soO. Runs his drones away here, not even going to take damage there.
That's it. GG. soO takes game one. I thought NoRegreT did a decent job of staying active and staying aggressive after that initial attack, but really most of the damage was done there in the
very
10,
first
15
attack
seconds of the initial engagement.
Yeah, it's too bad, too, because NoRegreT had a good opener there. He took that damage early on, and then even taking that much drone damage, he did a good job with his aggression. So you can kind of see that, maybe if he was feeling a bit better, this could have been a closer game. See if he can pull it together here on map 2. I believe we're going into black-pink.
There's a color that doesn't start with the letter L, Artosis.
No, it does not.
Okay. Black-pink is going to be our map. soO versus NoRegreT. Again, the winner, as usual, goes on to the winner's match. The loser. So nobody's about to be eliminated. Now let's see if NoRegreT can make some adjustments this time around. A lot of that really was the control. NoRegreT had moments 5 or 6 of his own lings in too close of a proximity to soO's baneling, and once that detonation goes off, he's unable to defend. soO's push coming in there. The queens start to go down. The drones start to take hits. So the first few engagements with these two units are going to be very important if NoRegreT is going to win this game and move on to the third match.
Code S, Daybreak.
When the lights come out.
In the bottom left, in the blue, our first Cirque player.
soO.
In the upper right, in the red, our second Cirque player.
Nerd Street Gamers, NoRegreT.
So, I do want to point out that a lot of people never expected NoRegreT to get into the GSL Codas before his second time coming in here now. And the fact that he's been able to get here twice really says something about him. He's known for being an aggressive player, but at the same time, if you can get into 2 GSL Code S's, first of all, your style's working for you. Second of all, this means you're probably pretty cool under pressure. For so many other professional gamers, they're trying out for Code S, and that pressure really does kick in. And a lot of times, regardless of how good they are at home, regardless of their ladder rank or their records against other great players, the pressure can be too much. You're not quite able to focus. You're not quite able to do what you were able to do thousands of games previous to this moment. NoRegreT doesn't seem to be one of those people, and we may see him in a lot more Code S's in the future.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. I don't think he's going to be leaving Korea anytime soon. Seems to really enjoy it out here. But I think part of the reason why he does so well is he really doesn't take himself too seriously.
Yeah.
And the thing is, this is, well, I don't want to use the word bad, it being a bad thing, but like, it's serious business being a pro gamer. Like, you're practicing your ass off. It's so hard. It's
right.
For the amount of effort you put in, you could easily go and be like, let's say, a medical doctor. 100% of the pro gamers out there have played enough games that those hours translated and they can do a surgery on you and open you up, right? But
yeah.
Doesn't pay like that. It's not regular. It takes as many hours. But he doesn't really take himself too seriously, you know? He's just, he kind of chills out and plays his game and does his best and doesn't necessarily expect to get into Code S, but, you know, he does twice now.
Yeah, I think that there's a real strength to that is not taking yourself too seriously. The fact that you could be a little bit self-deprecating, do what you love, and achieve great results is really important. Sometimes when you get these new pro gamers, they're smart. They know they're smart. Mm-hmm. They're occasionally a little bit cocky, and they can be their own worst enemies.
Certainly, it is the case. So a little bit of pressure on both sides. NoRegreT getting his Ro.32 a little bit quicker, getting a Baneling Nest here as well. Whereas soO making quite a few lings at the moment.
So, with these Banelings hatching right over here, I think soO is hoping to end this game even more quickly than the initial game that we saw in game number 1. Now remember, it was the initial moment of the two players interacting with their units, the Lings and the Banelings, that we really saw things fall apart for NoRegreT. NoRegreT seems to be in a pretty decent defensive position. So let's see how he does now. The Lings are coming up. It is actually not a tight wall, and the Lings actually spill through. Banelings now going off. 2 Lings immediately going to go down, which give these Banes access to these Lings.
Oh,
and
man.
It is not looking good right now.
Yeah, bust through those Queens, get some good connections there as well. Doesn't look like NoRegreT is going to die, though. He is down quite a bit as far as the drone count goes, but he's making a lot of Lings. We'll see if he can get something done.
So, with these Lings now looping around, let's see if soO actually ends up applying too much pressure and does not have the defense necessary over here. With the Bud Baneling in between the Roach and the edge of that ramp, it's going to be tougher for these things to actually come up here. soO testing the waters. Again, he can't always see up that ramp, so he has to be very, very careful. That Baneling, actually, this one's going to be taken out. This may give soO a little bit more access to try to push up here.
Well, a lot of Lings coming in. Oh my god! A lot of Lings run into that Baneling. Definitely not the greatest trade right there, but going after the Queen. Nothing else here to actually help. A Baneling or 2 coming up right now for NoRegreT. Definitely could get some damage done.
Okay, this is actually looking great. A lot of these drones going down for soO right now. 9 kills. And this is unbelievable, actually. The Lings now continue to spill down. Now let's look at the overall worker count. It's 31-20. So still not great for NoRegreT, but that's definitely something with that actual engage.
All right, poking in right now. Looks like everything is slowing down a little bit at least. And let's take a count of the situation here. Unfortunately, once again, NoRegreT extremely low in drone count compared to soO. So if soO can sit back defensively here and just deflect anything coming at him, it's going to be in good shape.
Okay, those Banes now, the Bane now coming up over here. Looks like it's going to take out a few of those Lings. The Queen now surrounded here. The Queen does not get taken out. Looks like, oh, that was actually a risky move there for NoRegreT. He actually does come over there.
Yeah, some swift micro right now, but is this going to be enough? He needs to get a lot of damage done with this aggression. Oh, that Baneling coming in. Oh, he doesn't actually detonate there on top of the Lings.
The Queen's still alive, actually.
Oh, my God.
Whoa, and everything dies. Okay, in the aftermath of this, it's 1 Ling versus 1 drone. Nice hold there by soO. I thought NoRegreT was doing a decent job. It was kind of weird because that 1 Queen was still alive, still dealing damage to that range. There was 2 moments where it could have been taken out, but that's a tough call.
Those drones, like that was good micro by soO. He kind of held a couple drones in the way of those Lings that were trying to evacuate, and that kind of, ramped up the slaughter at that point.
And from here, I think this may be too much here for NoRegreT. When you put that much of pressure on your opponent as NoRegreT did back there, and it doesn't succeed, the game does tend to yo-yo back into the the player that actually held that. So now with this counterattack, there's nothing mining here from the main.
This is just about
it. That's it. GG. Short but sweet. Now, action-packed series, you never really gotten a proper mid-game back there. But I don't want to say this is necessarily how the rest of NoRegreT's games are going to look. I think that
I hope not.
A lot of soO's CBCs do look like that. Like I was saying earlier, I think he has the best early to mid-game play in CBC that we've ever seen. Well, I think it's why he's been so consistent for so long. And let's also keep in mind, NoRegreT is actually very ill right now. He's been sick for the last 4 days. He's come all the way down here. I think by the look of him, you can see that's pretty apparent.
Yeah.
And let's just see how he does in the next game or two that he has coming up here. He has some time to rest and try to hydrate.
It was rough. You can really see how good his Ling and Bane micro can be at times, but he was playing from a big deficit both games, unfortunately.
All right, guys, we're going to go to a short break. We come back, our second best of 3 in tonight's GSL Code S. Don't go away.